Okay, hello everybody, Young-peirce here, and welcome back to another episode of League of Legends Thursdays. It's going to be our last. This recording is really recorded over game footage. I don't have fun with League anymore. I haven't in quite a while, and I finished just as I did I finished up to date with all the champions up to Alawi, and then obviously Alawi came out. I didn't do a video of her. Jin's been out for 5-6 weeks now, and I'm just covering a game with him now. And for those of you that go, if you're done with League of Legends, why did I buy Jin? It's because I have over 150,000 IP. I don't have him with the skin, I just bought him with my IP. So I can literally buy the next 20 champions off of IP alone, and I'll be sweet. But I'm probably not going to do that, at least not for a while, because I'm just quite fed up with the game. I know a lot of people still like it, and that's fine. I still love watching it. I still watch all the League matches, etc., and the professional stuff, and I love watching streams of League. I just don't find it fun to play anymore. And I'm going to get hate on this video for saying it, but if I'm going to play a MOBA, I'm going to play Heroes of the Storm. I find that so much more entertaining, and it's not just because of the nostalgia with the IP. I know that is for a lot of people why they play it. It's not why I play it. I just actually find it a lot more fun. Like, the nostalgia is just an added bonus. But it's just a lot more fun than League. I mean, the games only last maybe 20 minutes. There's no surrender option, so you don't have your team constantly begging you to surrender when you're losing. People that are feeding, it doesn't really matter because someone can feed that entire game, and if you've got a good strategy, the other 4 teammates, then it's fine. It doesn't really matter. And just options for game modes, like, I'm sick of seeing Summoners Rift. Like, I used to play a lot of Dominion, and Dominion's just apparently gone now, like I saw in the news the other day. Which, well, it wasn't a great match. The problem with Dominion was the more champs you added, the more unbalanced it became, because a lot of those champs had a very easy way to exploit that map. And I understand why they got rid of it, but it's their only other game mode besides all random, all mid. So, like, yeah, there's the twisted tree line sometimes it appears, sometimes it's not. I'm on the Oceanic server, so I'm not sure. Sometimes it appears, sometimes it doesn't. It's just very inconsistent as to it being there. But otherwise, it's just Summoner's Rift, and then once or twice a month they'll be, once every 1 or 2 months they'll be like, oh, here's a game mode. It's a slight variation on another one that we've already done. This is Hexakill. Oh, this is Hexakill with all the same person. This is Earth mode. Don't get me wrong, love Earth mode. I wish that if that was like an actual mode instead, I would play this game every single day. Earth mode is amazing. But things like just having all random people, or you pick the opposing people's champions, that's not a game mode. It's a gimmick, and it feels to me like it's a gimmick to get people to keep playing the game, because they know that people are getting bored with it, but they don't want to create new maps because they've got the esports scene. And the big thing for esports is it's got to be like entertaining, so they make sure that the one map looks great. They make sure that that one map is exciting and has new things added to it all the time. Which, okay, they made extra buffs for monsters, they added new monsters like the Rift Herald, all that sort of stuff. That's still not a different game mode, that's just adding more gimmicks. And I understand why they do that. It's because they make a shit ton of money from the esports scene. Okay, they get a lot. Sponsorships, dealings, the deals with EA. they're making a lot of money on that, and I can't blame them for that. Good on them. Like, if they want to make, like, look where League used to be. Look at my very first League video, my Warwick video. That game looked like trash. That was over 3 or 4 years ago when I started playing it. It looked like trash. It really did. But they made it all pretty. They added a bunch of more stuff to it, and it was fine for a while. And then it did just become really repetitive, really boring, and really broken as well. A lot of the items that were good for my builds were just gone, or they changed completely. Which, whatever, they added some more ones, etc. But from what I can see, it's still the same basic builds if you're an ADC. Build an Infinity Edge, get a Blood Dancer, get a Phantom Dancer, and then a Last Whisper and stuff. That's all you really need. All those extra items are now built into those items to force you to not force you to get those items, but to sort of give you something more to buy afterwards. And some of the mechanics for those items break the builds that we used to have, or they make it way too overpowered. A good example is Jin right now. If you build him in a certain way, he destroys people. Like, I'm not good at him because this is literally my first and only game of him, but he destroys, from what I've seen watching streams and stuff, if you build him the right way. Things like my main characters and stuff, like I main jungle, right? So Mumu and Warwick with my two mains. I can't play them like I used to. Like, they're different now. They're completely different champions. Like, yes, their skills haven't changed, but the way I built them has now changed, unfortunately. So, the problem with that is that if I have a Mumu, for instance, I used to go, I think it was Aurelia's Scepter, I think that was the one that did spell damage with slow. I did my Rabadons, I did Sunfire Cape, Boots of Armor, I think, yeah, Boots of Armor, and then, what was it else? Oh, Righteous Glory, and my Magic Pen Jungler's item. And so that did a lot of base damage from my tiers, gave me good mana regen as well from the Jungler's item, and it pretty much made it that anything that got near me took a lot of burn damage. And sometimes I'd switch out the Rabadons for the Leandri's Death Mask or something, and that would destroy. Especially with Righteous Glory, you could just hit that and it would boost you up to the speed. So they couldn't get away from you. They'd be slowed by the tears, they couldn't get away, and it was just, you just had to outlast them. That's it. So if you were one-on-one against somebody, they just died. That was a good build. It can't be done anymore, just because the items work differently. And once again, that's not Riot's fault. They're trying to add new things, but for me, when I put so much time and effort into getting someone like a Mumu mastered, then when I play him and it doesn't work anymore, it's frustrating for me. And it's not Riot's fault, that's my fault. But like I said, if it's not fun for me, if it's frustrating, it's not fun, then I don't do it. So, whatever, I'm rambling. I'm not good at explaining thoughts sometimes. But onto the big thing is the community is just terrible. It really is. I mean, you look at people that get constant reporting, constant, like, just negative criticism from everybody. They're always toxic. They're always just trolling or feeding. Like, I tried to play a game before I recorded this one, and I was in a team of 4 gold. Like 4 gold players and myself, and I'm like silver 3 or so. I've probably been ranked even lower now because I haven't played it for so long. But I was ranked with 4 gold people. They picked the weirdest stuff I had ever seen in this. They picked a cat ADC. Their mid was, oh, I think it was a I can't even remember his name. I haven't played it in so long. Darius, there we go. They picked a mid Darius, and I think Teemo was a support. It was just weird, and they just trolled, and that's all they did. They just ran around and like ran into towers, laughing, etc., etc. And I asked them, "Why are you doing this? This is really annoying." And they're like, "You're gold. You should be better than this." And they just went, "Well, we're not going to lose our ranking for this, and this is just funny." It's like, well, I'm trying to play a nice, relaxing game. I don't need a bunch of people just sitting around trolling it because they find it funny. And they got reported at the end of the game, but I guarantee they haven't been. They won't get in trouble for it. It'll get overlooked. It'll get looked at for like 10 seconds and then whatever. Like, Tribunal, at least in Oceanic, is terrible. And when you see people that do get banned, like people like Donkey, a couple of other streamers I can't remember the name of off the top of my head, mates of mine have gotten banned for saying the most like tame bullshit stuff. Like, okay, I get it. The stuff that Donkey said on his video when he quit, like, he kind of deserved that. I do understand that. But at the same time, there are worse people. There are so many worse people. And you can tell that he was saying it as a joke. He's not sitting there telling the person to actually, he doesn't want the person to actually kill himself. There are people that actually do. They really take it way too seriously and get really angry. And they'll say racist stuff, homophobic stuff, they'll say just offensive stuff in general. Like, I was playing a game with a mate one day and his kid fell down the stairs and he actually legit had to leave the game because she'd broken her arm. And we said that to the team. We said, like, legit, we're winning now. He was like 13-2 as the ADC. So he was needed. He was 13-2. It's not like he was doing terribly. He was like, dude, I really need to go. My kid's fallen down the stairs. Like, she may have broken bone. And so I was like, okay, fair enough. And he quickly typed that in and then immediately left. And just immediate people were like, oh my god, report this guy for leaving, ban him, oh man, this is stupid. And so he got banned.
And screams.
He got banned for 2 weeks for AFK. And it was, I don't understand that. I don't understand the mentality. It was the first game he's ever AFK'd in. Because we always played our games together. First game he ever AFK'd in, and he got banned. For like that one instance. And you know, they say they look through the chat logs, etc. If they looked through the chat logs, they should have seen that and they should have understood. Like, I don't understand why that sort of stuff happened. Like, community just doesn't click with me anymore. It's a very toxic, very angry community.
It's painful.
And I just don't have fun with it anymore. I'm sorry, I really don't. Like, I still like to watch the game. I love some of the skins out there. Some of them are terrible. And they get milked out way too often. But, once again, some people love those skins. I'm not going to care about that. I'm one of the ones that likes just like a recolored Akali skin. Like, I bought the yellow jacket one, like, just because I like the skin. It had nothing to do with anything else. I just preferred her to be yellow. Like, and that's another thing. I'm sorry. I am not paying. Oh, I just said I paid for her to be yellow, but I am not paying. After playing here at the store, I'm not paying for a color pack. That's bullshit. It took forever just to get them to do palette swaps, and then they charge you for it, which doesn't make sense. If it's a full-blown skin with different effects, different stuff like that, I can understand when they charge you. I can, because that takes time, that takes effort. Like, I'm sure it's literally not just a palette swap for changing something like the project skins. Those are a big workaround, like an ultimate skin, like Ezra's, constantly changing. That takes time. That would probably take somebody 6 months to a year just to do that skin, I reckon. And I can understand why it costs so much, why it actually costs money. But when you're making Lucian's shirt blue instead of white, shut the hell up. That does not take time. I'm sorry. It doesn't. Because it takes modders 15 minutes to do that sort of thing. Like, from what... I've never tried to mod League, but from what I can tell, fairly easy to do. And for somebody to go within 15 minutes, add a bunch of different color mods, like Zach did not have any skins for ages. He was the one person that could have benefited from one of those skin boosters, from the color boosters, and he didn't get one for ages, and I don't understand it. He's one solid color. Like, but there were ones of mods for him. There was like, from what I could see, 20, 30 different colors of Zach on mods, and they were all free. And a couple of them look exactly like the actual skin stuff he has now. So you can mod it for free, or you can give them like 300, 500 riot points or something. That's worth it. Like, they gave us a level up system per champion, and all that is at the end of that is a badge. I don't care about having an icon flash above my head to say, hey, look, I'm the master of the Mumu. I care about getting something out of the game rewarded with loyalty and playing that champion time. And this is where I go back into Heroes of the Storm. Every time I level up my champion, I get something.
Must exist beyond these.
Okay? I don't get sometimes great things. It's usually just a color swap. So you do this at the end and you get, after like 3 levels, you get this colored skin. After this amount of levels, you get this colored skin. And so on. Like, but that's enough. That's enough to reward me if, like, hey, if I wanted my Zach green, I keep playing Zach. Sorry, he's already green. If I keep playing my Zach, like, I don't know, blue, or like pink with purple spots or something, you know, like something random. If I play him enough, I can get that for free. That's a much better idea to me than charging us for a color swap that is just not worth it. And like I said before, I understand why Riot's making money off it, because they want to make money and it's their IP and it's their right to do. But don't tell us that it takes time and effort and that's why you're charging us. Just say, hey, I want to make some money, and I'd be like, okay. I don't go down to the corner store and say, hey, why is your milk $1 cheaper than $5 more expensive than the service station down the road? They're not going to sit there and go, well, it's harder for me to get the milk. Because no, it's not. They'll openly just say, no, I'm going to make more money. It's that simple, and I'm okay with that. I'll just buy it from the actual service station instead, where it's cheaper. But I'm not going to go off them for it. because they're just admitting that they just want to make more money. And that's why they make these color packets. They make it so they can make more money. And I would be fine if they admitted that. But in their actual response was it took time and they have to make up for that time by charging. And no, you don't. No, you really don't. I'm sorry. Like, I don't believe you for a second there. I'm gonna get hate on this video, I know it. Because I'm nitpicking. I just don't care. Like, have something that's not an actual reward for playing the game, rather than a stupid icon that appears above you. Like a mastery skin. I know that mastery skins for every single champion would take forever. But think of it this way. And Riot, if you ever see this video, feel free to use this idea free of charge. You make all those skins, and then when you get to a certain ridiculous amount of levels for that one character, you give the option of buying a master skin. And yes, the master skin could cost a lot, but you can just make it whatever you want. Like, if you guys made it so that I got to that outrageous, ludicrous level, and then said, hey, here's your access to that mastery skin, you still need to pay a lot of RP for it. I'd be fine with that. Okay? Because, A, you're rewarding the player for doing a lot of work and loyalty on that character. And then B, you will make up a good deal of money from those skins. If you make them expensive, like, you know, like make it, I don't know, like 1300 something RP, you get the money back from all the time and effort, because I guarantee people would level the crap out of those. For the first month or so you won't see anything, but then after that people will level a lot of champions. And then you're going to get a bunch of money coming in, and that is going to be for your time and effort, because doing all those mastery skins will take a long time. Like, that's a much better option than charging someone for a color swap. Like, if you ask me. And yeah, that's still you're charging the money. And yeah, you could bring out those mastery skins and not and charge it straight away without us having to level anything. But you're rewarding the player base for continuing to play the game. You don't have to make the skins that much different. Like, have a look at the skins that are mastery skins for heroes. They're not that different. They add a couple of extra pieces of armor to Arthas, or they add a couple of extra weapons to the back of one of the fighters. Stuff like that. It doesn't need to be a massive change. So it's not going to take you forever to do it, but it'll reward our loyalty, it'll get you money, and it'll make everybody happy. It's not gonna get rage like the color swap. Okay, because I know a lot of people are pissed off with the color swap. It's just a stupid thing. So that's my rage about that. Like, I'm not gonna continue raging about stupid color swaps and prices and stuff like that. Like, or you could make those, sorry, I'm gonna say one more thing. You could make those skins worth a ton of IP. Like, imagine you make that skin worth like 40,000 IP. That person's not going to be able to afford champions. Like I said, I have like 160,000 IP or something. Never gonna have to buy a champion again if I don't want to. Those people would spend that IP on characters. But if you make it so that the mastery skin costs 40,000, 50,000 IP, all of a sudden there goes, like, the money I was going to buy a champion for. I'm forced to actually use money now to buy that champion. And what am I going to do if I have to actually use money? I'm probably going to buy the first skin that you come out with as well. I'm going to buy that skin bundle with the champion, which means you're going to make more money off that. That's another idea. That sort of thing. Okay, because IP is really just used for runes now. Like, it's used for runes and buying a champion cheap. But so many people have so much ridiculous amounts of IP. I know someone that has over 500,000 IP. He will never have to buy anything ever again. He's got 10 of every goddamn rune, for crying out loud. So, what's he going to use IP for? Just to buy champions, that's it. And he doesn't like skins either. So you're never going to see a cent from that guy. Okay? Like, just think about doing something like that. It would be good. Okay? But, like I said, community really angers me. The banning system is terrible. The rank system is terrible. Like, I've had, no joke, about 10 games in a row on rank lost because people have AFK'd or decided they're angry that they're in this low rank and they're gonna feed, and it is impossible for me to get out of a low rank. Like, it's just impossible. Okay, I've had people that are like in gold and gold, like gold 3, gold 1. I had one person that was a diamond try and help me on Smurf accounts just to get out of it, and there's always that one person. There's just one person that just snowballs the game for the whole team and screws it up so that nobody's going to get that. And it's frustrating as hell. I'm not great at League, I will admit that. I am never going to be gold or diamond. Okay, definitely never going to be jumbo. But silver 1 or 2, I could probably get to. But I'm stuck in silver 4, never able to get past that because people just rage and they get pissy and they sit there and go, oh, fuck it, this is why I hate silvers. Oh, I'm just going to rage quit. Fuck you, you ruined this game for me. It's like, no, you ruined this game for yourself. If you really wanted to do well, you would not rage quit right now. You would try your best, and then we'd have the opportunity to possibly win. But no, you're gonna rage quit, you're gonna get angry, and I'm just sick of it. I can't play a team-based game if there's no emphasis on a team anymore. And I could play it with my friends, but all my friends that I know of that played League have all stopped.
I envy silence.
I think there's 2 people I know that are still playing League, and they're only playing because they have friends that are playing as well. And they've literally said if their friends weren't playing it, they would quit. And that's one of the reasons I'm doing it as well. Like, just most of my friends are off this game already. They're not even on Heroes Install, they just had it with the MOBA scene. So, yeah, like, a bunch of people are probably gonna hate this video. Like, people are gonna dislike it. I don't know if you like, agree with the points that I'm making. Like, not a lot of you will, but I know there are some of you out there that do. Like I said, I'm not great with my words, so I'm not explaining it 100% great. But it's not fun anymore. League just isn't fun anymore. And like I said, I had not had a lot of fun in it in a long time. I made a promise that I was going to play every single champion for the series, just to do the basic walkthroughs so you'd have a basic know-how of how to play the champions. That happened. I got up to every single one. Yes, there were more coming out. There's always going to be more coming out, but I didn't care after that. I was like, you know what? I'm done. There are enough people like doing videos of League, that it's not gonna matter if I don't do any. I'm a small channel. Okay, yes, League videos are the big bulk of my views. Like my top 5 highest viewed videos are all League videos. I don't care if I lose the views. I really don't. It was too stressful to play, too stressful to actually pick a champion when I needed to do an actual video for it, because someone else would just immediately auto lock and I'd be locked out of that role or that champion, and it just pissed me off. So that's it. No more League on this channel, at least for a while, until things change with the game and it becomes fun again. Like I said, I still watch it, so I will know when it changes. I still love watching the game. I still love talking about the game with my friends when they watch something really cool happen on a stream and they're like, oh my god, did you watch, you know, like this like team play this and then they did this really massive move? I'm like, yeah, that sounds amazing. I'll go watch that stream because it is still fun to watch. Professionally. Football is fun to watch for me. Professionally. It's not fun to play. Cricket is fun to watch for me. It is boring as hell to play. Okay? That's because I know I'm terrible at it. And I know that people that aren't good at it in the community are just terrible people. So, I'm not going to deal with that anymore. So, I hope I've explained it, because people have been asking where League was. I've explained it. There you go. There you go, my last game. I actually won as a character I had no idea about. But that's the end of League of Legends Thursdays. So, if you liked the points I'm making and you liked the video, be sure to give it a thumbs up, subscribe. And that's about it. I'm not gonna get angry if anyone dislikes this video, because this is just my opinion. So I'll see you guys in the next video. See ya!